We've got a rivalry game on deck, and these two fan bases have been going at it early from the tailgate to the end zones, and you gotta think this will be a little contentious. Welcome to the home of the Big Red and the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky and Bowling Green. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders, facing a fellow Conference USA opponent, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Hilltoppers will boot it away to start the game. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Picks up the first down. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
I am impressed with the physicality we're seeing up front by this offensive line. Playing on the road, they knew they wanted to get the run game established, and they are doing just that. They're not just getting 3-4 yards a pop. They are gashing this defense.
To the ground, he's got it again. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Dropping back, it's Battiato. Got his man. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Third and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
I just love the job this offensive line is doing in this game, communicating pre-snap. They know where the pass rush is coming from, and they're working their single and double teams and not giving up any ground. Just look how clean that pocket was for the quarterback to throw from.
The short hands, it's Lacey. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollack off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollack cut blocked, maybe even double-team high load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
They'll run it from the gun. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Ball's at the 26. It's third and short, and they'd love to pick up the first down and avoid settling for the field goal. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
And he's going to try to return this one. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
We'll take over 1st and 10.
Looking for room. It's Parrish. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Give to the single back. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. On the ground with the counter. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Wolf. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on 3rd and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands, first down.
Leaves it with the back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
On the move. Turning it on. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
The Hilltoppers getting set on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Showing off the arm. Strong run. Picks up 6 down to the 22-yard line.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Caught near the sticks. It's Henry. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Brings up second down.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. And the Hilltoppers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
It's now second and goal.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to adjust the pattern. We reach the end of the period. Middle Tennessee is on top. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
But when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
After this long of a drive, you have to cap it off with a touchdown, and here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Western Kentucky. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Coming out with it, it's Hubbard. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. They'll start this drive with a chance to regain the lead, down 7-3. Looking to pass. It's Battiato. Makes the grab down the middle.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. He lost it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab inside the 30. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25.
1st down for the offense.
And that one is why offenses are hungry for big, big plays. They've got it 1st and 10, threatening inside the 30. Got a man, it's Walker. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
I love having guys that have the ability to make something happen after they catch it. Simple hitch route, right? Okay, give me some extra yards. Get me a 1st down after the play. Nice job by the wide receiver.
Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. This time they'll go to the running game. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. A little screen to the running back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
The screen game is such a big part of this offense. A nice job by the quarterback holding on to it until the last possible second, and the O-line getting downfield, picking up their blocks. They make it about as easy as they can for this running back to find the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
Will take over 1st and 10.
The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Got room on the return. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, MTSU.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Ready to try the point after. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's going to bring this one out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. They go to the ground. Hard running there. Shows him the stiff arm. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The Hilltoppers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll keep it on the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Looking for room. It's right. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback making adjustments. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down. And the Hilltoppers will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And nobody able to handle that punt, and they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. To the air, it's Vattiato. He tries to take the top off. Picked off! What a play by this defense. He'll try to take it back. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The give to the tailback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case there. They try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got his man on the right. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, WKU.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Hubbard. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to throw. It's Vattiato. Pocket breaking down. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
They need something that goes forward this time on 2nd and long from the 14. Back to pass. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, what a Game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
Here's the handoff. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Tight end finds a soft spot. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be fourth down.
Coming up, fourth down.
And on fourth down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Defense calls the timeout, trying to build up the nerves with this kicker. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that'll tie things up as we head toward halftime. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to pass. It's Battiato. Grabbed over the middle. It's Butler. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's caught. It's Lacey. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And here comes the punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Catch inside the 30 and still running. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. The give to the back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks for the first down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now they regain the lead. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And he's coming out of the end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
What a way to seize momentum here. You start the second half, you take the first kick back to the house. Great blocking and an awesome job in the open field, making people miss and showing you the speed on that return. Wow.
And he makes the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
17.
He'll bring it out. It's Hubbard. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short.
Will take over. First and 10.
The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. Dropping back, it's Battiato. Catch in the middle, it's Walker. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Coaches always tell their quarterbacks, you can't go broke taking a profit. You can't always hit posts and bombs deep down the field. If the coverage takes away throws downfield, just take what's underneath and let your receiver advance the football.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He'll throw on third down. Finds his man. It's Lacy. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. The Hilltopper offense comes onto the field again. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play call.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Nick?
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
The Hilltoppers can really attack on this second and short. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
At some point, enough is enough. This is the guy that's beating me. He's priority number one. We got to go get him. It's getting later in the second half. I got to go out and make some plays and get my offense the ball back.
The offense changing the play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Hutchison. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And the Hilltoppers will snap it on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's right. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Third down after the run. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught over the middle, it's Henry. Good execution, they move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Touchdown, Toppers! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way home.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Back to throw, it's Battiato. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And And that time the defense dialed up the free safety blitz. They were able to get an extra number in the pass rush. Offensive line, running backs, they couldn't account for it. And that free safety able to get to the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Looking to take a shot. He's got it all right.
And you see more and more of this in college football, finding your playmakers in space, whether it's a receiver, a tight end, or in this case, a running back, way down the field. Get him isolated, find your matchup, and how about the running back turning into a receiver?
Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Going for it all. Touchdown, Middle Tennessee. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
Running back searching for a hole. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll give it to him again. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Makes the grab. It's Henry. Still running at the 40. Oh, he's got some space. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the 4th quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Run in the red zone. It's Parrish. Can White cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
Well, one of the best compliments you can pay a running back is they get stronger as the game goes on. This guy's been awesome all game long, and you're seeing it here in the 4th quarter. He's trying to ice this thing and close it out, still running strong.
Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight.
And I love this. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to eat that clock, let it tick down. A field goal here, I'm up by 2 possessions. I'm still in a very good place. I don't have to get over-aggressive, Jesse, if I don't want to.
No, and you can do it.
Sneaks into the end zone.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. He'll bring it out. It's Walker. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. The inside handoff. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pass.
Six-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, it's Battiato. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Fairly manageable distance here on 3rd down from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half, down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every 4th down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
Just does not like to be tackled, discarding guys and getting to the 21.
This offense is in no hurry, right? Control the clock is priority number 1. I'm going to run the football. I got the lead. I already got great field position, but I'm not interested in scoring right away. I got to make sure I watch that play clock tick down, maximize those seconds, and keep being physical with the run game.
Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field?
Middle Tennessee, 24.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Walker. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback.
First and 10.
Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
And they're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on second down from the 13. Scanning the field, it's Battiato. Here comes the heat. Takes a hit as he fires.
Another hit on the quarterback. All day long, this defense has been able to pin their ears back and get after this guy, and because of that, he's never gotten into a rhythm of throwing the football, and that's why they find themselves trailing here late in the fourth quarter.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Under fire.
Well, the defense has the opponent backed up in their own end, and they are pinning their ears back, getting after the quarterback. You see the athleticism and the speed they have up front as they're able to notch that sack.
Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Here comes the Western Kentucky offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
On 30 short, the run and looking for the first down. There he goes. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. The Hilltoppers have it with a 1st and 10. They can stop the clock a couple more times, and they need to get it back fast, down 2 possessions as the clock keeps winding down. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. And on 4th down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. And they take a knee on 4th down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.